Sup, chooms? How y'all living? Hope everything is Nova and you're all having a preem week. So I figured I'd film outside today because it is quite nice today, but do you guys remember that video I made earlier this week where that guy launched into a tirade against some of my older videos? I'll go ahead and link it below and make sure you watch that video first before watching this one. So I still don't know who this guy is. I mean, maybe it's 80K Pinecone coming to take revenge against me for putting him in my thumbnails, or maybe it's Tim Pool. But truth be told, it doesn't matter. If he wants to be anonymous, then that's his right. But whatever the case, this anonymous person responded to my response video, and to his credit, his tone was much more civil this time. He basically just uploaded a short video where he said, "Look, we obviously disagree on PFS, but I think there are some things about your research you need to clarify for your audience." That's a reasonable take because we are talking about some of my older content here, and some of my older videos, they included more unscripted commentary that may not have been as precise as my more recent videos, so it is possible that some of the things I said weren't as well explained as they could have been. So let's go over the point he makes here and see if I can better clarify what I meant and clear up some of the confusion.
This is not about winning or losing a given argument. This is about presenting the most accurate medical and scientific information to your audience. I think you owe your audience a correction on this erroneous claim.
The only high-quality study documenting persistent sexual side effects showed that these were more frequent in the placebo than in the treatment group, implying that the effects were not necessarily related to the treatment. So once again, my critic is hung up on the term more frequent. What I am talking about specifically by saying more frequent is the frequency of side effects that end up being persistent. That percentage is the number of persistent side effects in each group divided by the number of side effects in each group. Since we are talking about a frequency, this is a percentage. As Mr. Anonymous actually screenshots at the end of the video, the frequency of resolution of side effects was 50% in the finasteride group, but only 41% in the placebo group. Putting those percentages in terms of frequency of persistent side effects, that would mean 50% of side effects persisted in the finasteride group, but persistent side effects were more frequent in the placebo group, specifically 59%. Once again, like I said in the previous video response I made, Mr. Anonymous is talking about numbers of subjects with persistent side effects in the study, but not the frequency of persistence of these side effects. So he and I are talking about two different things. Maybe I could have stated this more clearly, but I did state it in terms of frequencies and not numbers of subjects, so I don't think it was all that confusing. Also, the point I was trying to make is exactly the point that the authors of this review article I was citing were trying to make, as you can see here. So I don't know how to make it any more clear. If my subscribers turn against me because of this, then oh well, I tried my best. I certainly am not ignoring anything though. When I do any research-oriented video, I look at all this stuff very carefully because even though I don't have a huge channel, I do know that I still have a big enough following that I wouldn't be able to get away with posting bullshit misinformation. If I do make a mistake, which sometimes happens, I will always clarify it in the description box of the video or in the comment section. I'm even more careful about the data in my videos now than I was back then, since I have over 34,000 subscribers as opposed to 5,000 or so that I had when I made the video in question. I definitely don't want to give the impression that my views on anything are unalterable. I just think that the weight of evidence as it stands today sides more in favor with post-finasteride syndrome not being a real condition. If the PFS network manages to do a higher quality study sometime in the near future that supports their hypothesis, then I'd be willing to change my mind. After all, it's not like my views on hair loss have been static for the past 20 years. There was a time when even I was against finasteride use after all, but that's what happens when we get better at doing research. We come to more evidence-based conclusions, hence why I hold the positions I do today. So I don't mind having my work scrutinized, especially if it gives me an opportunity to better clarify things for my viewers as I did in this video, but this is my interpretation of the research. I stand by it, and if you or anyone else disagrees, then that's fine. Alright, chooms. Well, this video has made me pretty thirsty, so I'm going to get a nice, tall, cold glass of grapefruit juice, and I'll see you all real soon. God bless.